So the 2016 NHL Entry Draft is appearing a bit closer. We're at the midway point of the season at this point. And this is one of the most interesting draft classes, even though there's a clear number one. But the question becomes who's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number one is obviously Auston Matthews, the American who's playing in Zurich. He is the number one in the NHL Central Scouting International Skaters, and that one was pretty obvious. But who's 2, 3, 4, and 5? And there's a plethora of names that could get any of these spots at this point, depending on what team gets that pick and what their draft needs are. For example, the Oilers get, let's say, the second pick in the draft. They'd be very inclined to consider drafting Jacob Chychrun, who's playing with the Sarnia Sting. But there are plenty of other great players in this draft classes, and in the North American and international skaters especially. In the North American skaters, I use that in quotes because you have players like Olli Juolevi, who's playing in there for the London Knights, and then the international skaters, obviously the aforementioned Auston Matthews, who's playing in Zurich. But there's a ton of great players in this draft class. Jesse Puljujärvi, who's playing in Karpat. You got Patrick Laine, who's playing in Tappara in the Finnish league. You got Carl GRUNDSTROM, who's playing with Modo. You got in the North Americans, you've also got Julien Gauthier, Alex Nylander, Matthew Tkachuk, who got the number one in the North American skaters. He's also playing for the London Knights as well. And his dad, Keith, used to play in the league not too many years ago. So that makes some of you guys listening feel a little bit older. Goaltenders, Carter Hart got the number one in North American goaltenders. And in the international goaltenders, Philip Gustafsson, who's playing in Sweden's junior league, got the number one international goalie. But a lot of that has less focus on it because of the fact that a lot of these guys will not be ready for anywhere near NHL time for a little bit, just because the transition from a skater to a goaltender is a little bit different. There's not that many first overall pick goaltenders, and there's not that many top first round pick goaltenders who play very early on in their career. So those guys are a little bit more of projects. So to recap, here are the North American skaters, the North American goalies, the international skaters, and the international goalies. So that concludes the preview of the midterm reports. You can read the full report on NHL.com and have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this.